Hi YouTube, it's Kathy, and this is Adriana, and this is Brody. Both of them use they, them pronouns, and their channels will be linked down below, as always with everything I do. We're just going to talk about some queer books, because why not?
Why not?
What's the best queer thing you've read recently? Go for it, whoever wants to.
Ooh, good question.
Like this year or?
Or whenever.
Yeah, recently.
Okay, can I pick like a top 3?
Oh, yes.
Oh, do it.
Okay, I Wish You All the Best
Of
by
course.
Mason Deaver.
Yes.
I put on Twitter, it made me cry 17 times.
Yes.
Wilder Girls by Rory Power, but like we've been knew that. Like everyone knows I love that
really
one.
wanted to read that one before Latinx Heritage. I gotta do it like afterwards, but it's like so top of the list.
I started reading it from the library on my phone, and then I went to return a different thing on the library app, and it returned that instead. And I was like, well, I'm back to the holds list at the
Your
end.
app always does that
Yeah,
to
it's
you.
like, why do you do this?
Red, White, and Royal Blue. It's
Oh,
really
yes.
fun.
Iconic. That's like when we look back at 2019.
That's
It's
gonna
gonna
be
like Red,
the
White,
book.
Royal.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Like I do not foresee something surpassing that as my favorite book this year. I
No,
just don't.
yeah,
Like we have months,
so-
it could happen. I don't think it's
Yeah,
going to.
but just
I'm-
like the feeling it imparts in you is just like, I can't see anything else topping that. That's not to say there's not some awesome queer books out there, but just that one was like, we
There's
need
so many
this.
more good
We
ones
need
coming.
this.
Oh yeah.
That's another thing. What are some new releases?
Orpheus Girls.
I've heard
Okay.
of this. I
I'm
think I have an art.
excited for
What's that one?
It deals with like conversion camps.
Okay,
like,
okay,
like
okay.
conversion therapy. So yeah.
I'm like, why is it called Orpheus
Intense.
Girl?
Because it's like a retelling of like Orpheus and.
Eurydice.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had to think about it.
I was
because
like, I'm like with conversion therapy.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, interesting. That's
It's supposed to be
interesting.
like a miseducation of Cameron Post type thing.
Okay, so it's like a contemporary.
Reverie.
Oh,
It's coming
yes.
out. It's coming out this year.
It came up, yeah, they pushed the date up. I'm like, I have the arc, I have the digital arc, and I'm like, I really want to read this.
Yeah, got it.
I thought I had time, and now I'm
Yes.
like, she's coming so soon.
Did you have any favorites you wanted to?
Oh, good one. Do I?
I mean, I know one of them because you said it earlier on the
Yes,
panel we were on together.
yes.
So,
But
segue.
I second I Wish You All the Best and Red, White, and Royal Blue, big feels there. And then the one I talked about earlier was Cantoras by Gideon the Ninth. That's like, it's finally out, so I'm just so excited because it has 5 queer Latinx women and their place in history, and it's just so good.
I watched your review on it and it really made me like super interested in it.
Thank you.
It's really good.
Yeah, I always need more queer historical fiction in my
Yeah.
life. So yeah,
I found
Very
that I
interesting.
really enjoy that because obviously there's a lot of erasure, and it's like, no, we've always existed, like we've always thrived, so it's nice when you find stories that acknowledge that. How to Be Remy Cameron
Oh,
I'm excited.
I just
by
finished
Julian
it.
Winters.
It is really good.
So good.
It is so
Excited for
good.
that one.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of books that try to talk about like finding yourself and figuring out who you are, and like that one does it so well, like chef's kiss. Just- Julian Winters is an auto-buy author, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah, it was like the same feeling he gave me in Running with Lions. He still gave me that feeling in Remy Cameron. It's like, how?
Yeah.
How?
There are some other ones that come out September 10th,
Oh,
right?
I'm so
Gideon
sure.
the Ninth.
Yeah, which I want to read because
Oh,
Melanie
that's right.
absolutely adores it, so I will
Yeah.
read anything that she will scream about.
I think I've pre-ordered it.
Nice.
So yeah, that one's on the list.
Completely different topic, but
Yeah,
are
for
you
sure.
excited for the Fence YA novel?
There's
I
another
have
novel.
never
There is,
been more excited for an adaptation in my life.
and it's written by Sarah
Sarah
Reese
Reese
Brennan.
It's like, if
So
there's
excited.
one person you trust to just write queer goodness, like it's Sarah Reese Brennan.
Yeah.
It's like she's doing it. Like
Yeah.
she's really doing it. Like,
Yeah, I saw
can't
the
believe it.
announcement and saw that she was doing it, and I was like, I need it in my life immediately.
I
Why
was
is it
like-
not currently
And
2020?
it was just like a double whammy because like C.S. Picard and Joanna the Mad, that was the collaboration of my dreams. And now it's like C.S. Picard and Sarah Reese Brennan. I was like,
Yeah.
what did we do to deserve this franchise? I don't know.
I don't know, but just keep doing it for us.
Yeah. Who do I have to write to
Yep.
get an arc? Because
Yep.
I will do it. Send tweet, like I'll do
Yep.
it.
I need it in my life
I
so
need it,
bad.
yeah.
That one's like on my radar.
Yeah, so good.
It's weird that I really like queer sports, things, but I don't give a
Yes.
crap about sports.
Yeah,
I'm just like,
yeah.
I just want it to be cute and adorable, and they're doing a thing they like, and
Yeah.
they're passionate about the thing, and that's mostly what it is. Like, I don't
Exactly,
care about
exactly.
sports, but I care about people being passionate about something.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. I
yeah.
think we were just talking about that in the romance panel. Like,
Oh,
you know,
yes.
we're not really involved in or invested in sports, but like when it's sports romance and then when it's like queer sports romance, it's like mind blowing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you kind of even want to like learn a bit about the sport. Like
Right.
when I read Check Please, I was like, this is me actually caring about hockey for once.
Oh my
it's
god,
so
it's
cute.
so good.
Yeah, and then obviously Heartstopper, like it has a little bit of sports. It's mostly not
Peripheral,
sports, but
yeah.
like it's in there, and I'm like, excellent, I see you. Now I need queer female sports rep
Yes.
and queer non-binary sports rep as
Yes,
well.
yes, yes.
But yeah,
Which like I feel like no one's gonna give us that because they're like, are non-binary people allowed on sports teams and like
Right.
yes, but yeah.
yeah, that whole thing. One day, that's
Yeah.
what we're looking for.
I'm
When
waiting.
it
Yeah,
happens,
I'm
we'll
waiting for
scream about
like
it.
I'm waiting for like a trans author to write like a trans high school character like trying out for like the team that
Yeah.
fits
Yes.
their gender. Like I'm ready for that.
How about you?
Any other
What
new-
have you read?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My
Both questions.
Yeah.
What you read and new releases.
Okay. I don't usually pay attention to what's coming out besides like
Okay.
watching other people's
That's fair.
videos and then
That's
getting
fair.
excited about them and then putting them on Goodreads. But last month my favorite thing was Like a Love Story. I can't remember the name of the author right now, but oh my.
I know the cover. Like you said
Yes.
the cover and it came to me.
Yes.
Pink and orange. and-
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
and the three people walking, and
Yes.
it's about those three people, and it's set in 1989 and 1990 in New York, and it's
Yes.
great. Again, historical
it does
fiction.
have something to do with like the AIDS crisis.
It
right?
does, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I've got like 45 minutes left in Darius the Great is Not Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm
That's
pretty
another
sure
one.
he's
I've heard
gonna
that one's
realize
good.
he's queer at the end. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think we're coming to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
so.
I know for sure it's queer lit. I just
Yeah,
didn't
it's-
know like
it's a
to what
very-
extent.
yeah.
So it's more about him like discovering himself.
Oh yeah,
Or, like,
there's
coming to terms with it.
he's a very sensitive being, and there's a lot of
Oh.
issues through it, and there's a lot of family stuff, and I
Yeah.
love that it's not just about coming to terms with sexuality.
Exactly.
Like I know it's gonna happen in this last 45 minutes because I
Right.
know it's queer lit,
Yeah.
but like it's about so many other things.
But
and
yeah,
it's-
no, all of it coming together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm like thinking about that one and then the other one that came out in paperback's not queer, but maybe it is. You read it. Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green.
It is.
Is it queer? Yeah.
The main character is bi.
Okay.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
one talks about that. So yeah, that one came out in paperback too. And I'm just like,
I
love me a paperback.
I need the sequel, but he's not done writing it,
I know.
so
Yeah,
it's gonna
I think
be.
he's working on it,
Oh,
right?
yeah, he is working on it for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, Hank, can I read it now,
Yeah.
please?
You told me that you were going to be reading Our Bloody Pearl after BookNet
Yes,
Fest.
after BookNet Fest,
That's
just because we didn't
also
have
on my
time
list.
before. Yeah,
Yes.
I got a copy from the author. It's
Me too.
super queer.
Yes.
The siren is the main character, and they use they them pronouns because like the sirens don't have like a gender.
Yeah.
Yes.
The love interest is queer. There is a side FF romance, and one of them is a trans girl, and the
just like-
main romance, both of them are ace.
Oh,
So
wonderful.
it's just like all the way across the board.
I'm so excited. I
I
just couldn't
know.
get it done before BookNet Fest, and I want to
Yeah.
buddy read it with a friend of mine. So like,
Yeah.
we're doing it after because we're both like, we're busy.
Exactly.
But yeah,
I
Like,
like
yeah, that's me too. Is like I
forward.
keep saying like I have a deadline obviously because Nothing Next Heritage Month starts on September 15th. So I'm like trying to get like all the queer SFF in before that as much as I can.
Yeah.
So I'm reading The True Queen right now by Zencho, and then I want to read what is it? Our Bloody Pearl?
Our Bloody
Our Bloody
Pearl.
Pearl.
Yes, I want to read that afterwards.
Are there any particular tropes that you really love in your queer fiction, or just like genres?
Oh my gosh. Think about it.
I know, right?
Tropes.
Or like types of setting, or like is there, yeah, or do you just want?
I mean, we
queer
already
fiction
talked about
everywhere
it,
all
but
the
like
time?
queer sports.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Check.
the only time
Yes.
I care about sports.
I'm like, if they're out, that's nice.
Yes. Yeah.
If
definitely.
they put labels on the page, that's my
Yes.
sexuality.
Yes. Oh, it's so gratifying to see like
Yeah.
any of the words that people
I'm like, I
usually
know
don't
that
use.
one.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate the chosen one trope unless it's queer. Like
Yeah.
Reverie, like I said.
Oh, I'm
earlier,
really
that
excited
one
about
really follows that, and I enjoyed that.
Oh, you already read it?
Yeah, I got approved on that. Yeah, like.
Oh my god.
I was
Yeah,
like,
same.
I was like, oh, she has clap now. I generally don't like tropes as a rule unless they're queer. Because
Right.
like I feel like we have all of the, Alice's Het
Yes.
stories with the tropes already that
Yeah.
I kind of like, eh.
Yeah.
But then if you make it like two ladies or like an envy person, I'm like, ooh,
Yeah.
I'm here for
Yeah,
all of that
exactly.
feeling.
I want it.
Yes.
I'm ready for more like queer fake dating.
Yes.
Bring it to me.
Yeah.
Please.
Hot Dog Girl.
Yes,
Hot Dog Girl
I know. I
has
read
big
that
day.
one. I'm like,
It exists.
yeah, like finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved Hot Dog Girl. I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, the protagonist is annoying." I'm like,
She's 17
she's
years
human.
old.
Yeah, she's human. Like she made some mistakes. She figured it out.
Yeah. Yeah, that one definitely had some ups and downs, but I was like
yeah,
there for
but
the
it was
fake
like
dating.
so fun. Yeah, the
Yeah.
fake dating. I was like, oh my god, her best friend loves her.
I find myself, if something is set in a bakery, I want to read it.
Mhm.
Yes,
I want it.
soft queer bakery things.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
I like queer stuff like on the ocean, like maritime
Oh,
stuff, because like I'm
interesting.
trash for maritime stuff in general. But
Yeah.
like Into the Drowning Deep by Mira Grant,
Oh
it's like
yeah.
queer ocean horror. And I was like, that's my 3 favorite things.
Yeah.
Yes.
That one's been on my TBR for so
So
long.
long.
I'm like, I just need a reason to read it.
The fall.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much it.
I
Yeah.
am your reason
Yeah.
to
Yes.
That would be your
Brody
reason.
said, please read this now. Okay.
I think it's one of my favorite things is whenever they're like intersectional identities as well, and like
Yeah.
Into the Drowning Deep, like it has like ASL and like 2 of the scientists are deaf, and like the love, like the romance is sapphic, and one of the POV characters is autistic. So like you
Yes.
get like really good intersectional
Yeah,
stuff in that
Sean
one too.
McGuire is really good at that. My other thing is like queers in space.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. It's just
Like all the Becky Chambers.
yes,
I want it.
like Becky
Yeah.
Chambers on a Sunbeam.
Mhm.
The Gravity of Us that's coming out next
Yes,
year.
I
Or are they
requested an arc of
actually-
that one. I don't think they're in space, but I think it's like revolving around
Like
the space
NASA.
It'll,
program.
it'll
Yeah.
have space themes.
Yeah.
It's space
So
light.
it's close enough for me. I'm like, queers in space. Like,
I've heard space opera. Is
Oh, yes.
Also Queers in Space.
Yes.
I haven't read it.
It is very overwhelming.
Okay.
Yeah, but also like in the best type of way possible. It's weird. It's
I
so
felt that way
weird.
with Grasshopper Jungle by
Oh,
Andrew
yeah.
Smith, where it's just like I don't know what the fuck is going on. There's like killer grasshoppers that are like the size
Yeah.
of buildings, and it's weird, but like it's like there's like it's like bisexual polyamory. I
Okay.
think, was like the romance, and I was like, well,
Okay.
that's fun.
No, I'm not into oversized grasshoppers.
No.
Just queers in space. Or like we talked about historical fiction.
Yeah.
It's not really a setting, but like,
Yeah.
time period. So anything that takes us back, I
Exactly.
appreciate.
I like queer characters in like realistic small towns
Mhm.
because like that's like a real thing.
Yes.
But also it's just so endearing whenever, especially it's not like a queer pain story about them living in a small town,
Right.
like Wild and Crooked.
Oh yeah, I remember you
Leah-
talking about that one.
Leah someone, I can't remember the last
Yeah, I
name.
don't
It
know.
was
I pictured
really
again the cover.
good.
I'm like, there's a car, there's flowers.
There's
like,
a mop.
yeah.
Like, that one was really good, and there wasn't a romance with it either. They were like platonic friends, so that
my
was fun.
fave. That's the other. I'm like, let's see more platonic relationships,
Oh my
more
God.
queer platonic relationships.
Yeah, people just being friends with each other. Want
Yes, I want it very bad.
it. Seeing queer platonic relationships. Like I just finally read a book with a queer platonic
my
relationship in it, and I
gosh.
was like, oh my goodness, it's
Was
a thing.
that Claire Kahn's new?
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
Yeah, I had no idea because I didn't know the synopsis going in. I just knew it was Claire Kahn, and I wanted
Yeah.
to read
If it
it.
makes you happy.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
yes.
the one. Yeah.
I love Let's Talk About Love.
Me too.
I really want
Yeah.
to read her follow-up book. I just haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
How about you? What are like settings with queer characters?
I love interviewer Brody.
I love. Yeah.
What about
I
you?
was editor for my school paper from 7th
Yes.
grade to junior year.
Well, there we go.
So I want to see more like The Trouble by Daria Defour, which I feel like I'm the only person who's ever talked about that book because it's like an aromantic story. I don't like calling it an aromantic romance because obviously that's like
Yeah.
that makes
Yeah.
no sense.
Yeah.
But I mean that's basically what is what it is. Like seeing aromantic people thrive. Like I want more books like that. They just don't exist. Austin Champ, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've only read Peter Darling, but I want to read all the other ones. So
Correct.
yeah.
That is the correct answer.
Yeah. Any parting thoughts? Any wisdom you would like to bestow upon the people of the internet?
Read queer books.
And make sure you're focusing on all the identities
Mhm.
instead of just like the G,
Yes.
because
Yes.
that's what gets the most hype, and
Mhm.
we need to give
For
up
sure.
to all the letters.
And I also just feel like it's always the first one to break down any barriers, and then if we
Mhm.
want, we have to wait for other things
Mhm.
to do the same thing but with a different identity. So it's like, yeah, so read all the things.
Yeah, read all the letters and with intersectionalities.
Yes.
Because, yes.
Yes.
If you've read any of these books, please let me know about it down in the comments below. On the way down to the comments, if you hit the subscribe button, that would be very nice of you. You can like and share this as you see fit, and I will see you very soon. Bye!
Bye!